Dear students, welcome back to e-learning class of Piyanamase High School. Today, in this video, we are going to study chapter number 9, Working with Array and String of Standard 12th Computer. Let's start this chapter with Introduction to Array. An array is a variable representing a collection of homogeneous type of elements. Arrays are useful to represent vector, matrix and other multidimensional data. Vector is a one-dimensional 1D data structure that can be used to store list of items like characters, numbers. Matrix is used to represent two-dimensional 2D data structure like table of rows and columns. Each element is identified by an index position associated with array variable. In Java, array is an object used to manage list of items. Creating an array is two-step process. First, declare an array object and second, create an array object. An array object can be created in two ways. First, using new operator and specifying the size. Second, directly initializing the content of array. Next topic is 1D array. Array with single dimension is known as 1D array. For example, vector which can be seen as a collection of one or more scalar variable. Instead of declaring individual variables like marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4, marks 5, we can declare array marks 5 in a square bracket and assess individual variable elements as marks 0, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4. To declare a 1D array, we can use a pair of a square bracket after array name or after data type. The syntax to declare array is data type array name square bracket semicolon or data type square bracket array name semicolon. For example, to store the marks obtained by a student in 5 test and mathematics subject, we can use an array of 5 integer elements. Array object named marks with size for 5 elements can be created as follows. Integer marks, square bracket, semicolon, marks equal to new integer, inside the square bracket 5, semicolon. We can combine above two steps and create array using a single statement. Int marks square bracket equal to new int in a square bracket 5, semicolon, or int square bracket marks equal to new int inside the square bracket 5, semicolon. Here, the name of array is marks. It refers to memory location where 5 integer values are stored. Integer of int data type uses 4 bytes storage space. Thus, array marks requires 5 multiply 4 equal to 20 bytes in contiguous locations in memory. To refer an element of an array, we use index or subscript in a square bracket after array variable name. Index specify the position of an element an array. For example, marks 2. Index value start from 0. In this image, the array variable marks has an index value from 0 to 4. Here marks 0 refers to the first element and marks 4 refers to the last element. Array being an object in Java, array name is also a reference variable. It contains reference to memory location where the array elements are stored. As array is an object, so its elements are initialized with default values. One can also specify the initial values of data elements while declaring an array. 1D array is initialized using comma separated values of data elements in process. For example, int marks square bracket equal to inside the process 90, 70, 77 semicolon or int square bracket marks equal to inside the process 90, 70, 77 semicolon. When an array is initialized while creating, it does not need the use of new operator. Its size is same as the number of values specified in process. One is a 2D array. Two-dimensional 2D array are used to store tabular data in the form of rows and columns. For example, to store 5 students' marks in 3 tests, we may use a tabular arrangement of marks in 5 rows and 3 columns. In mathematics, we call it as a matrix of 5 rows and 3 columns where each element contains marks. In Java, 2D array can be declared using array name and two pairs of a square bracket to specify the size of two-dimensional row and column respectively. For example, following statement declares and creates an array named marks to store 5 multiply 3 equal to 15 integer values in contiguous memory location. Int marks square bracket equal to new int inside the square bracket 5 inside the square bracket 3 semicolon. Here the logical view of array elements is a table of 5 rows and 3 columns. Physically they are stored in memory using contiguous memory location for 15 integers, that is a 60 bytes. Java does not support multi-dimensional arrays directly. To create 2D array, we have to create an array of array. There is a no limit on number of dimensions. In marks 5, 3, it creates 1D array object of 5 elements and each element is 1D array object of 3 integers as shown in figure. Declaration and initialization of 2D array is very similar to 1D array except the number of dimension. In 2D array, each row is considered as 1D array element. Thus, like 1D array initialization, each row is initialized by enclosing its element in a pair of braces separated by a comma. To initialize 2D array, all these initialized rows are to be enclosed in curly braces separating them by comma. Topic is strings. String is nothing but a sequence of characters. So 1D array of characters can be considered as a string. As mentioned in early chapter, string literals where a sequence of characters is enclosed between double quotes to use variables that can store string. Java support two types of a string that are handled by two classes, namely string and string buffer. Some of the constructors that can be used to create an object are string without argument, create a string object with no character. String create a string object with its initial value using array argument. String create a string object using 1D array argument starting at array with len number of characters. String create a string object which is same as object specified in argument. String creates a string object that refers to the literal specified in argument. In Java, characters are stored using 2 bytes. To save space, if the characters are ASCII, we should use an array of bytes instead of array of characters. We can use a constructor with array of bytes as an argument. I hope you have understood all the topics of chapter number 9. Thank you, students.